My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is November 25th, 2024. It is 7 a.m. I've already did a video earlier this morning, so I have some time. I may not even edit this today, but there are some tweets that I saw and I wanted to share them with you. This one I literally just saw it and I just posted on my community board. Let me put it on my list right now. But the entire thing that I want to share with you is that Camilla was trending, so I wanted to go over some of the tweets that I saw. But since this is on my screen, let's cover it. Well, we now know Piers gets his direct from the horse's mouth. I find it quite interesting how out of nowhere Camilla is pushing the campaign about domestic violence. There's the thinking face here. Piers Morgan has heard alarming things as he claimed Prince William is covering something up. Piers Morgan thinks Prince William is trying to cover something up regarding his wife Kate Middleton as American media outlet makes an allegation about the state of the couple's marriage. Okay, so that's old. March 2024, that's old. Okay, let me pause something. So I just edit my post on my community board to say this is old. Okay, that was back in March 2024. So that was me 4 minutes ago. Let me guess, someone else has cancer? I don't know. Just saying or asking. Bring it on. Let me fight. Americans don't give a F about Will or Kate. Should she not? Okay, so that's that. This is old. Let's see here. Let's go to my list. I should have focused on my list that I've already put. Alright, so this is that. She was trending earlier. That's a thread. Okay, I don't bloody care if he's a good friend of Camilla, but Jeremy Clarkson is undoubtedly one of the most repulsive characters ever on our TV. He's an overrated, misogynistic, bigoted, racist, and what he said about Meghan Markle, a woman he never even met, was utterly vile and abusive. Okay, he's a bad dude. Clarkson and Camilla Parker Bowles, cut from the same line of cloth, explain why Jeremy Clarkson, the overrated, misogynistic, bigoted, racist, and the adulterous, vicious, spiteful, vindictive, selfish, social climbing stepmother Camilla are friends. Let's see, there's one comment. 2 peas in a pod, you attract what you are. Alright, let's leave that alone. I got that from the trending. Camilla was trending. Alright, what else? Okay, so I should focus on this actually. Meet Camilla's son Thomas Parker Bowles, the real drug addict, and the family. The wicked stepmother used Prince Harry to cover that family sins. Okay, so there's that. She put a link. Okay, when the newspaper confronted Tom Parker Bowles with evidence of his drug abuse, he confessed he has continued taking drugs even though he was once arrested for possession of marijuana and ecstasy. Parker Bowles said he was very sorry and humbled by the disclosure. I mentioned this before, and I have a screenshot of him, of an article that talk about him selling drugs at nightclubs and things like that, and Charles try to cover up for him and things like that. So usually when they bring drug addict in terms of Harry using drugs, and I said who pretty much was supplying him those drugs, because I was aware that Parker Bowles was selling. Okay, Charles. Okay, there's the part here. I think that's the screenshot of this I have. Charles tried to shield Camilla after her son admit using cocaine. That was back in 1999. He was extremely lucky. Many employers will not have appreciated the publicity despite Parker Bowles' insistence that he is an addict.
Was about to cash in on the princes again.
Oh my God, this is almost 4 minutes. Let's listen.
Was about to cash in on the princes again to endorse Charles and Camilla.
Harry's personality was so very different from William's. Harry was like the errant younger brother who had that cheeky smile. He kept a very different circle of friends to the other royal family. They liked to party, they liked to go out. This is the front page. Harry's drug shame. Prince admits, I smoked pot at Highgrove. Charles orders him to heroin rehab clinic. Charles was shocked by how often Harry used cannabis. This was a huge story at the time. You've got a young royal who's admitted to taking pot. And not something we would have heard about from royals in the past.
The News of the World reported Charles had arranged a visit for Harry to a drugs rehabilitation centre to learn the error of his ways. It quoted a family friend as the source.
Any royal involved in illegal activities is a great story. The only problem with this was spin. This had not happened as they said. What had happened was that Harry had gone to this drugs rehabilitation place 2 or 3 weeks beforehand on a visit. Now it was spun then to try and show people that, don't worry, Dad's taking care of it. He's taken them to a drugs rehabilitation unit to show them the evils of his ways.
It was a brilliant piece of spin and clever journalism by the News Law. So they had the story, but the fact is they then did a deal with the palace and they then spun it to make Charles look as good as possible.
As Harry tells it, it was a total stitch-up. Yes, Harry's taken drugs, but he didn't do the rehab. The story was basically fictitious.
But Bolland's spin worked, and within hours the broadcast media made it headline news.
Prince Harry admitted to regularly smoking cannabis and drinking alcohol.
Prince Harry admits smoking cannabis, says the Sunday Times. Prince Harry, and Prince Harry.
The whole of the News of the World's coverage, as far as I can make out, is based on an interview with what they call a family friend. Now, if this family friend was speaking with St James's Palace's approval, that would be utterly fascinating.
The trail to find the family friend led to Camilla's hand-picked king of spin, Mark Bolland. When the News of the World presented their evidence to Bolland, he used his close relationship with editor Rebecca Wade to soften the story. He even supplied Wade with the extra detail of Harry's royal visit to the rehab centre to make Charles look good.
After many, many years of lies being told about me, there comes a point where the relationship between certain members of the family and the tabloid press have decided to get into bed with the devil to rehabilitate their image. But the moment that comes at the detriment of me, I draw the line.
I think it was a very bad decision on Bolland's part. I think Charles was slightly distracted at the time, but I think he would probably feel now that he shouldn't have allowed that to appear. Because it does look like a son being sacrificed to make his father look better.
I think Charles's office were pretty cold-blooded in the way they used Harry, misrepresenting facts in order to portray his father and his mistress in a better light.
Oh my goodness, this is sad. Harry had no one to back him up. The father, everybody else uses him so everybody could look good. This is sad. And Harry had enough. Okay, not very convincing love, but perhaps as clickbait it'll surface. The Tampon King and his evil mistress, absolutely pure evil. People also need to realize that William was also at the same parties as Harry, but was protected. Thomas Parker Bowles was likely the supplier for the young British elite aristocrats. That's what I always say whenever they bring the issue of Harry using drugs and all that. And I'm like, who was his supplier? We only know one person who sells drugs. That's Camilla's son. Oh my God. Well, Harry's in a better place now. It is sad. Next tweet. Okay, so there's that. This one is 55 seconds. The new documentary, Queen Camilla, The Wicked Stepmother, proves everything Prince Harry said and spare. Even royal rats who accused Harry of lying are in the documentary, saying that Harry was sacrificed to save Camilla and King Charles' image. Seems like Princess Diana was right. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let me pause for a second. People are getting ready to go to school. There's a lot of noise. This is why I like to record in the middle of the night. Okay, so I know I was supposed to listen to this video. Let's listen.
If you want to destroy me, aim well. Because if you miss me, I won't miss you. I have never hated anyone. I simply excluded from my life those who disappointed me. You talk to me when you want. I respond when I'm bored. I have accepted so many things that I will never accept again. You can leave my life whenever you want, but you won't come back when you want. I haven't changed. I just opened my eyes to certain people. I trusted certain people too quickly. That was the only mistake I made. I have no desire to argue with anyone. I prefer to walk away because I'm just seeking peace. I'm not resentful, but there are people with whom I prefer not to be in contact. I wish them neither good nor bad. They just have to get what they deserve away from me. I am grateful to all those who said no to me, because thanks to them, well.
Very interesting. That's very good. Facts. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Very interesting. It fits Harry's situation perfectly. Next one. Let's pause. That's from the docu-series again. As the saying goes, quote, you can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. That is who Camilla will always be. Charles can spend millions and sacrifice Harry and Meghan to improve Camilla's image. It doesn't matter. She will always be the Rottweiler. Alright, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's listen.
I go downstairs. There's a very happy little threesome going on downstairs. Camilla, Charles, and some other man who I don't shutting up.
I'm laughing because they made the docu-series to clean up her image, but instead people are exposing her more. I have this audio somewhere.
So I thought, right, this is your moment. So I went and sat down, joined in the conversation as though we were best friends. And I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you if possible. And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, right. And I said to the two men, okay boys, just have a quick word, Camilla, and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with no heads, and I could feel upstairs all hell breaking loose. What is she going to do? So I said, Camilla, let's sit down. So we sat down, and I was terrified. And I said, Camilla, I'd just like to know that I know exactly what's going on. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about.
My God.
And I said, I know what's going on between you and Charles, and I just want you to know that. And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you. You've got 2 beautiful children, what more do you want? And I didn't believe what she said anyway. So I said, I want my husband. And she said, well, she looked down the whole time. I said to Camilla, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. And it must be hell for both of you. But I didn't know what's going on, don't you? And I thought in the car I about my husband was ailing like a bad rash. I cried like I've never cried before. It was anger. It was 7 years of pent-up anger coming out. Cried.
That's sad.
I didn't sleep that night. And the next morning I woke up and I felt different. Shift, tremendous shift. I'd done something, said what I felt. Still the old jealousy and the anger swimming around, but it wasn't so deathly as it's been before. And I said to him at the weekend, 3 days later, I said, oh darling, I'm sure you want to know what I said to Camilla. There's no secret, you may ask her. I just said I loved you. There's nothing wrong in that.
Wow. She was by herself fighting these people. I was reading this. You could pause and read it. I'm not into beauty or whatever, but she's just a baggage for God. You could read the first one. It's so amusing how that horrible, dysfunctional family rid themselves of those who will improve it greatly. That's right. You have Diana, who could have improved it. They didn't want her. You have Meghan, who could have improved it. They didn't want her. You got Harry. Look what happened. Yeah, they want to normalize this kind of behavior, and they transferring it in the U.S. and they already got so many people. What's her name again? Maxwell, Little Black Book. These are all the same thing. All the same thing. Group names of people they put in situation where they're destroying the system, the American system from within, to blackmail them from doing this type of behaviors. Diana deserves so much better than those scumbags. That's the B word. It gets to be Queen Consort. Disgusting. Well, since the Queen passed, she removed the consort in her name, or title, I should say. That's an insult to Rottweiler. The question that remains unanswered and all this is, why is Will so scared of Camilla? What has she got on him that makes him unable to denounce her as the monster that she is? Well, they tamed him. They got him in so many things. They let him do whatever he wants, and then those things that some of the things that he did are unethical. These are the things when people are not watching you do, and then they caught you on the act, and then they use it against you. And that's where I think he's at. And for Harry, they've used everything on him, so he has nothing else that they could use against him. He's like, whatever. Alright, the B is still winning after causing the death of his mom and separating him from his brother. And this is what I said in my last video and so many other videos. They pen Harry against him, and then they pen the brothers against each other, and then they talk him into getting rid of Harry. Meanwhile, Harry was the one who had his back. And Harry was too close to all of the people of decision makers. Queen Elizabeth, she passed, the father and William and all of that. So they got rid of him because he was too smart for the institution, and they want a dumb institution. Look what's happening in the US as well. Who do we have here? They want a dumb one and then a puppet so they could maneuver in the background. There's one comment underneath. Let's see here. He might just be waiting for the dear old pa to ascend into the world below. That will tell all, because if he doesn't sit her out with the next day's trash, then we'll know she has something really serious on him. You never know. Maybe he's... I really don't know. But the way they they got Meghan into this, it's uncalled for. The question that remain unanswered, okay, that's the one I just read. Camilla will always be the losing dark horse in this face, thus her perpetual long face. Just saying. Alright, that's an ad. Didn't watch, but glad that her story is making full circle. True. I was happy to read your comment thinking you were going to say she's always be a pig until I saw you close with a dog. Charles never loved Diana. She was a 19-year-old girl when they courted, only 20 for a month when they married. All Diana was to Charles was a baby machine. Camilla was 34, married with kids. Charles was 32. Camilla and Charles treated Diana like shit and didn't care if they hurt another Diana. From my understanding, it was Camilla who picked Diana for Charles, and like pointing for Charles to go after Diana, and it's true that she is evil, and they thought they could manipulate her. That's the word, manipulate her, because she was quiet, a virgin, she wasn't all of that. Meanwhile, they got a fight. They didn't think she was that much of a fighter. Even to death, she's doing it. Okay, let's try to finish up. That's another part of the docu-series. Tonight, Camilla Buddies expose her as lying and essentially mistreating Prince Harry. Yet, folks will still believe the man wants back into the royal fold, where he'll be required to bow to her, shaking my head. I don't know if this is another portion of the docu-series. Almost 4 minutes.
Was about to cash in on the princes again to endorse Charles and Camilla.
Harry's personality was so very different from William's. Harry was like the errant younger brother who had that cheeky smile. He kept a very different circle of friends to the other royal family. They liked to party, they liked to go out.
Okay, it's the same thing from previous. Okay, so let me move on. Let me read some of the comment. It was really open season on Harry after Diana died. Yep, that is true, because Princess Diana was the only one who was protecting him, and then they got rid of her, and then they used Harry to do whatever. It's very sad. And I think it's to that, I don't know, the universe working a way to bring Meghan to Harry. And Harry was very smart. It still is. He's very smart. To take his time before asking someone to marry him, because he know what he was looking for and the viper of a family he's from. William is actually who introduced Harry to drugs and alcohol. Okay, allegedly, I don't know. They had what was basically a teenage nightclub in the basement of High Grove House that was called Club H. Did he said, okay, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know. I can't see that. That's a different language. This is lame. Harry is a middle-aged drug addict and a huge baby. Okay, whatever. These are the derangers who still wants to do that. Bring him down. Okay, so that's that. Wow, just wow. What kind of a father is Charles? I hope he gets his wish of being, okay, of being Camilla's bloody tampon. All right, let's go to the next one. It's sad. And this is why Princess Diana's fighting for him still, wherever she's at. Okay? And rebranding himself, Camilla has been using domestic violence victims while not only ago she pioneered abuse to her stepdaughter-in-law, and a Voice reporter was bragging about it. What is that? That was back in 2022. Alright, exclusive. Camilla, very glamorous private party. I think this headline came a little bit after Jeremy Clarkson wrote his piece that got pretty much the world upset about him. And then a week or so later, I think, and then that's when Camilla had lunch with them, including Jeremy Clarkson. So it's completely trash. It's freaking childish headline. Alright. So there's that with, what's his name? Jeremy Clarkson writing the piece of about how Meghan should be dragged and stuff like that. Okay, she will do a great deal of harm to the cause of victims of domestic violence, which is an appalling shame and just shows how little she cares. Conniving Camilla. Oh my God. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is another part. This one is 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Prince Harry, as a senior working royal, visit a rehab. Camilla and Charles got the media to cover it as Charles taking Prince Harry to rehab. There's no bigger betrayal from a parent. Thank God for Meghan. The Sussexes are all right. All right, let's listen to that.
Drug use. Eventually, early in 2002, a sensational story broke about Prince Harry and some of his friends. The story, Prince Harry, underage drinking, smoking cannabis, started...
Okay, I'm reading this comment down here. Was this on the Camilla Exposed tonight? No, this I have it, I've seen this before. Okay, so to answer this is no. Let's finish that.
Here at the Rattlebone Inn in Wiltshire near Highgrove. It found its way onto the front page and 7 inside pages of the News of the World, along with a leader which praises the courage of a wise and loving dad. That's a reference to Charles taking Harry to a drug rehab centre to show him the potential error of his ways. So a very bad story for Harry had turned into a very good story for Charles. But is that what actually happened?
The story that appeared in the News of the World was not strictly true. It was stories that had been rolled into one to make a better story.
And then there's, you know, Harry telling his side of the story, which is pretty much what these royal rats are revealing, that some of the stories that they wrote was, you know, hit pieces to make certain people look good and the other look bad. And this is why Harry wants to take this all the way to court. Okay, come January 2025.
The situation was, the News of the World had been following Harry. Quite a lot of newspapers had been, but Boland was presented by Rebecca Wade with this story. This is what they've got. And he then said, okay, listen, let's come to an arrangement here. And they spun it into a good story about Charles, recognising that his son had gone off the rails and doing something about it.
It is reported that he was confronted by his father, by Prince Charles. As a consequence, Prince Harry went just on one occasion for a couple of hours to a drug rehabilitation centre where he saw heroin addicts and saw the consequences of drug abuse.
And that was the line that found its way effortlessly into the public domain.
The way that Prince Charles and the royal family have handled it is absolutely right, and they've done it in a very responsible and, as you would expect, in a very sensitive way for their child.
This is a very difficult situation.
Well, I mean, I know this myself.
The visit to the rehab centre had actually happened 2 months before the News of the World came to.
As I'm watching this and I'm listening, I'm like, what's the point of all of this? Why create these things? Why? Yes, I understand one wants to look good, the other one put the other one down. But what's the whole point of this? Can't they just move on with their life and just be? Oh my Lord. Okay. And also, let's not forget, whenever Harry and William do joint interviews, like many times William interfere when they ask Harry about his future and things like that. William always interfere, and it's like the narrative that Harry will be drinking, smoking, do drugs, or all sort of things.
Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a policeman, but that happened. I wouldn't want to be that now.
I was a popular cop on the block.
Exactly.
What would you want to do?
I think I don't know. It's a really tricky question. It goes through my head lots. I'd like to fly helicopters, definitely. I'd like to be some sort of heli pilot, you know, working for the UN maybe or something like that. Go off and do some, you know, I'd have to be doing something active outside and doing sort of fun stuff, but with an edge to helping people.
How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer. But, thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, for a concert it'll be easy, and it's actually been a lot tougher than you imagine.
Yeah. We couldn't have done it with everybody else's help. Yeah. Everyone coming together, all the little cogs and pieces put together to turn out to get this, and it's just amazing.
I mean, to be fair, we know nothing about concerts. So, you know,
you do now.
Well, yeah, no, everyone else has done all the hard work. We just, you know, came up with the idea. So.
Has there been any kind of diva demands or sort of pop stars you've had to deal with that have been quite tricky?
We couldn't possibly be so indiscreet.
The Spice Girls were quite keen to.
He's been the hardest. You know, some cigarettes somewhere and a beer. That's about it, really. But apart from that.
So they had this down packed for Harry. This is the mindset. This is the storyline that they had for Harry, and probably were pushing him to do that so the other one will look good. So that makes sense. Oh my Lord, Harry was in deep shit over there, surrounded by negativity. Unbelievable. I say I wanted to see what they say here. Okay, yeah, that's an ad. Okay. Come on, go back. All right. I cannot wait until Harry exposed the tabloid in court for what they did to him his entire life. No wonder Charles wants Harry to drop the lawsuit. It's because he was involved in setting up his own son. I think so too. Okay, King Charles literally betrayed his own child. There's that for his tampon. Alright, I suspect this will all come out in the email, and it's now being told to the public to reduce public outrage. You know, I didn't think about that, but that's true. If they can do this to one of their own, what about the rest of us? Look at so many people. Where's that? Caroline Flack and all the other public figures who settled their case. Alright? It's absolutely disheartening, to say the least. King Charles the Cruel. Charles is a disgusting piece of... There's the thing here. Hey, what are you watching on BBC? Is this a new documentary? Wonder if I can find it on Netflix and Canada. Can this be watched from the US? King Charles the Last. You never know. Alright, let's go to the next one, and I have one more after that. Oh, the next one is a thread. It's gonna be a video by itself. Maybe I'll record it tonight. So there's that same video again, but different caption. I'm absolutely fuming. Let's pause it. I'm absolutely fuming. Harry will never forgive these people. So Harry goes to a rehab for a royal visit, but Camilla P. Orgun spends it as if Charles took Harry to rehab. OMG, these people are so cool. Alright, Harry called her out and his book spared. This is her goons' way of hitting back. They aren't even hitting back. They are just proving Harry right. That's it. Is this from the documentary of Camilla? Yes, sorry. Hadn't seen the comment. Okay, this one, yes. But the other one that I saw where Princess Diana went downstairs to talk to Camilla, that's old because I have a copy of it. Oh, hell no. Is it alright if I use this clip? Yeah, go for it. It proves it's evil. They are deranged and demonic, all four. Imagine thinking that your father will protect you from everything, from everything only for him to use you to rehabilitate the homewreckers image. Charles is a horrible and a irresponsible father. Shocking. And they also don't see the shit in their story. Charles was shocked and took him to the heroin rehab. My God, the father who isn't a father, who destroyed his mother. His mother is killed and he is shocked that his son smokes pot, but the PR spin is appalling. So there's more. Let's move on. So we shall see what happened in 2025, and this is why he doesn't want the thing to go to trial. The other thing I've always said, Princess Diana, there was no love, which I read in some of the comments. There was no connection with him and Diana. Diana was just for the institution. So anything that come from Diana, the two boys, they don't care. Charles doesn't care. Use it. It's like it's another object. Doesn't even see it as human. Okay, so I was disrupted. Someone came in the room. But like I was saying, I think Princess Diana was used for the firm, and anything from Princess Diana, there was no feeling, there's no connection, including William as well. He's just the next one in line. So, and I think William followed the father's footstep as well. But he had choice. He could have picked someone that he truly loved, but I guess from what I've heard, allegedly, other people that he asked to marry didn't want to because they didn't want to deal with the institution. You could imagine. So use the current one for the same purpose. That I don't know if there's any feeling or whatever. But Harry, on the other hand, wanted a family. He wanted a family, and he picked someone he truly loved, and you see, he will protect the one that he loved. But Charles, there's no feeling for the boys. His true feelings is with that homewrecker. Alright, so that's that. Let's look at the background since I didn't do it at the beginning. I have one more video coming up later. It's rendering right now. So that's it. Thank you for watching. The next one that I have, I probably will record it tonight. It's a thread. I just saw it's a long thread. This will be on my next video, but I'll record it tonight. I think it started here. There's all of that. Okay, so it's a decent thread. This will be another video. All right. Oops. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Or you could be a member. Thanks for watching.
Tanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.